In between bouts of pirate talk and rocking out to the pirate-themed metal band Ailstorm or Lazy Town, whatever's more your speed, you may have always wondered what life would have been like if you were actually a pirate. As it turns out, your life on the seas would have been drastically different from the one seen in movies like Treasure Island and Pirates of the Caribbean.
This is going to be the new look for the 90s. You're going to be the first pirate. But I don't want to be a pirate.
Good choice. Being a real pirate was rough with a capital R. Can't believe I just said that.
Are you ready, kids?
Going overboard. When you think of pirate brutality, you probably run with sword fights, plank walking, and the boo box. But the truth is, if you wanted to be a successful pirate, you needed to be brutal, ruthless, merciless, and violent beyond even the goriest of horror films. Actual pirates use something called keel hauling, where they'd tie a prisoner to the ship, throw them overboard, and to set sail as the victim was dragged along the water. They would either drown or get battered to death by the boat itself. If Captain Hook had thought about that, Peter Pan probably would have been finished long ago. The famed pirate Blackbeard hacked off women's fingers if they wouldn't give up their rings, and one story speaks of a pirate trying to get information about nearby treasure from a couple captives. He tortured them by tying each to a tree. He then carved out one of their hearts and forced the other victim to eat it. If Johnny Depp needs inspiration for Pirate 6, that's a fine start. There's no ARRR in pirate. Stop making me say this, please. Even the most casual pirate aficionado knows to growl after basically every sentence. It's the universal pirate lingo, but it's actually entirely a Hollywood invention. The number of actual pirates who growled ARRR was almost certainly zero. It wasn't really a pirate thing until the 1930s, 40s, and 50s.
It's Dod Perch. He mistook the king's pardon for piracy. Slit the rest of his gullet us heads.
Why, you... leave him on the table.
In reality, pirates not only didn't growl that, they didn't even talk like pirates. They came from all over the world, and just like us today, that meant all sorts of different dialects, accents, slang, and languages littered the seven seas.
I talk like a pirate. I talk like a pirate. Wherever I go.
Patching the truth. No pirate costume is complete without an eye patch. It shows that you're hardcore, and have probably gone through some stuff, like a nice hook to the eyeball. But unlike some other pirate stereotypes, there's actually truth to this one. Many pirates did indeed wear eye patches, but probably for more mundane, practical motives like navigating in the dark. Because the human eye has difficulty adjusting to sudden darkness, a smart pirate might wear a patch over one eye. So it would be adjusted to darkness, and he could easily swap the patch over when he ran from the bright sunny deck up top to the dank pitch-black underbelly of the ship. No pleasure cruise. Movies and TV portray the pirate life as one big party, which was kind of true, except the party was run by the worst, most disorganized, most disgusting frat ever.
You guys up for a toga party?
Toga! Toga!
Pirate ships had basically nothing in the way of comforts or luxuries. There were no fans, no ice, no toilets, no refrigeration, basically nothing that would make life comfortable in any way. You were stuck on a creaky, crowded ship with nothing to make you smile, except that is the prospect of actually leaving the ship someday. Or perhaps some incredible pirate jokes. What's a pirate's favorite fruit? Banana! The lack of refrigeration caused meat and vegetables to spoil extremely fast. Beans and flour could rapidly get moldy too, because ship conditions were perpetually wet. Fortunately, alcohol didn't spoil, so they typically guzzled rum in place of water. They weren't getting drunk because yo ho ho, it's a pirate's life for them. They did it because it was either that or death from dehydration.
Why is the rum gone?
Getting the goods. When fictional pirates go a-plundering, it's almost always for gold, jewelry, or some other form of priceless, shiny treasure. But what was priceless to real pirates was more akin to the stuff you'd put on your grocery list. Survival was the pirates' main game, so while they certainly wouldn't say no to priceless treasure, more often their preferred prizes were more practical, everyday items like soap, candles, or utensils.
The best bit about being a pirate is ham night!
Shopping Blackbeard Friday. Rather than taking the time to bury priceless goods under a giant X, real pirates who came across gold or silver spent every last penny and doubloon as quickly as they could on all the goods, food, alcohol, and women they could afford. Since the scurvy sea outlaw life carried the risk of death behind every wave, it made absolutely no sense to bury your booty and go back for it later. Chances were good there'd likely be no later. And if you didn't use your money to buy what you needed to survive, there'd definitely be no later. Company stocks. We tend to think of piracy as not much of a career, but just a thing pirates did until they died. But there's ample evidence that for many people, piracy was a legitimate career. Captains were voted on like we might vote for president, and they also worked together to delegate responsibilities among their other crew members. To provide incentive for everybody to do their job, each pirate basically became an equal partner in the ship, and could receive bonuses based on their performances in the latest violent raid. Many ships even included a workman's comp program. That way, if you wound up hurt enough that you legitimately need a peg leg, you'd be taken care of financially and could afford the good wood. Bird is the word. Some pirate stereotypes are true, like the parrot thing. While not every captain came equipped with a squawking bird on his shoulder, a good chunk of them did. But not purely for aesthetic, look at me, I'm a pirate reasons. Like everything else a real pirate did, owning a parrot was more about the fact that a parrot took up less space and resources than a Saint Bernard or a pony. Dogs were typically out of the question, as they were more of an aristocratic thing at the time. Cats are okay because they were small and could catch mice, but good luck getting the typical cat anywhere near a wet ship surrounded by water. Plus, pirates were exotic and wanted cool, exotic pets too. Just watch out around sharks. Working for the man. For many, the appeal of being a pirate is that you're an outlaw. But if a pirate was good enough at their job, legitimate and supposedly law-abiding, governments might actually hire them to attack enemy ships, basically making them hitmen. Captain Henry Morgan, yes that one, was a particularly excellent privateer, attacking Spanish posts throughout the Americas and becoming one of the New World's first truly feared characters. You know you're good at being bad when the government pays you to do it. Thanks for watching. Click the grunge icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus, check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love. 2 RRR2. That didn't work.